Are you trying to decide whether to sell your house as is or invest in some repairs? Your choice really should depend on a few key factors. Stay tuned. Welcome, my name is Susanna Gentry. I'm your host and Austin, Texas Realtor. Please jump into the comments and say hello. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'll be linked below the video. And if you click that little yellow bell, you'll be notified every week when we go live with new Austin information. So as I mentioned, there are a number of factors that come into play when you're deciding whether or not you should invest money in your home before selling. And be sure to stay to the end to know the primary factor that will tell you if you should or should not repair. So number one, let me just share, in my experience, many sellers, especially, good intentioned or well-intentioned people, will put too much money into fixing up their homes before selling. They want to do the right thing, and they really end up repairing flaws that maybe has bothered them, but maybe a buyer wouldn't even notice, or definitely wouldn't want to pay a higher price for it to be fixed. So before you decide to make improvements, you need to consider, where is the real estate market right now? As of today, this week, this month. You want to know how many homes are in the market that are in your neighborhood and how fast are they selling. So what do buyers have to choose from when you put your home on the market? If there's not a lot of inventory, obviously you can get away with fewer repairs. If there are a lot of homes to choose from, then buyers may not even bother looking at a home that needs more work. So number three, what's the condition of the comps? And this is the 5 to 8 competing homes that you'll find in a CMA, or it's known as a competitive market analysis. And you'll receive this from your realtor, and this report will give you an overview and averages of the recently sold, of course the pending, and the active listings that compare with your home. And this just helps you get a sense of whether your home offers more or less than those others do. So, as I'm sharing this information, I don't want you to feel apprehensive about repairing or selling. I really just want to help you be more confident because you know the important factors to consider. Number four, what's the potential of a good return on investment? Obviously, most of you guys know that kitchen or bathroom renovations are some of your best bets. But before jumping into anything, you really want to look through the comps to see the condition of those homes and compare them. If most of them have upgraded kitchens, well, you might potentially concentrate on fixing up your kitchen because these homes are your competition. And of course, this definitely doesn't mean, if you're gonna fix up your kitchen, that you would have to buy expensive appliances or granite or tear out cabinets. It might simply be painting the cabinets or installing updated poles to give it a new look. So, you have a potential return on investment, a good investment on one side, but on the other side, some repairs or improvements are not going to be a high return. For instance, if you finished out and enclosed your garage, you will not be able to multiply that, 400 square feet of the garage times the going rate of, say, $200 a square foot, because this type of renovation only yields 30 to 40%. And the reason why these type of renovations only yield that is because now the space doesn't function entirely as the home was intended. You have the additional 400 square feet, but now your buyers don't get a garage. Number five, keep in mind some repairs are necessary just for likability and don't really improve the value. Make sure you take care of surface things when you can, but also be sure to get good advice or quotes on any repairs that you're not absolutely sure that you can do well yourself. Maybe you grab an old bucket of paint to do touch-ups and it ends up being a wrong shade of paint for, just highlighting or drawing attention to cracks or the holes or dings in the walls, So number six, selling a house as is. You know, there's some cases where it really just makes more sense to sell as is. You know, obviously I'm not talking about big things like a roof or something, but for a lot of surface things or even medium grade things, staging can have a bigger impact. You know, more than those repairs, you know, a lot of times, and I have multiple sellers that can attest to this. You know, it's a simple fact that a lot of imperfections are really overlooked when a buyer can see how fabulous this home looks with the magazine-worthy staging that just has the right pieces of furniture to make it look spacious, or decorations that kind of invite you in and set the atmosphere. So, well, earlier I had promised you one of the biggest factors in deciding if you should fix up your home before selling. And that is number 7, know what the average home price is in your neighborhood. Or if you're in a rural area, the nearby proximity where you'll find your comparables. You know, well, obviously I know if you're a very detailed person, it's going to be so hard to make yourself stop and only make the repairs, you know, to that price window that your neighborhood supports. But just know that this is really the wisest decision. You know, like for example, let's say your home is $475,000 or valued at, but there's a lot of homes in the same neighborhood that are going for $350,000. Even if they're smaller or don't have as many upgrades. You know, you do not want to do too many repairs that raise the price of your home higher or put you at the highest price point in your neighborhood. You know, you don't want to be the most expensive because ultimately the average pulls you down. Just like if you're the smallest or the oldest home in the neighborhood, it would pull you up. You know, so just keep in mind, listing and pricing your home correctly, it's complex, and you know, it's important to get it right. If it's not listed for fair market value and comparable to your comps, you'll lose a large percentage of buyers looking at your home. Also, if it's overpriced, it can end up sitting on the market more than weeks, you know, months, which you don't want, because statistics say that you will have 5 times the amount of traffic in your first 1 or 2 weeks after you've listed. Well, I hope you've found this information helpful, and if you're curious as to how your home compares in your neighborhood or with your comps, please message me or text me. I'll be happy to personally help or refer you to a local colleague. And if you've received value from the video, give me some thumbs up. If you're thinking of buying or selling or investing, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you can stay in the know and up to date. Again, my name is Susanna Gentry. I'm your host and Austin, Texas Realtor. See you next Monday night.